Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a spotlight on Life is Strange. This is a game that has been developed by Don't Nod. At least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. It's all kind of just jumbled together, and at first I thought it was just a random conglomeration of letters, until I looked closer, and it's Don't Nod. It's published by Square Enix, so you've got the whole Square Enix account thing, which I don't have, didn't bother. It doesn't force you to, it's there if you choose to sign up for it. It really doesn't make any difference. This game is available on Steam. If you just want to pick up the first episode, it's about $5. If you want to pick up all 5 episodes, it's $20. So basically you buy 4 and get 1 free, if you want to think of it like that. Similar model and actually similar gameplay style to some of the Telltale games out there. It's a kind of a modern-ish point-and-click adventure game. So I'm going to go and hit continue, and we will go to wherever it was that I stopped on this particular save, which was just after leaving the school. So this is pretty much right at the beginning. I have played through the entire game. It is a very, very delightful story. Just amazing what they've done with such a small area. Like, every area in this is not big. Like, the school, you would expect a school to be fairly large, and the school actually looks fairly large. Oh, we're gonna take a look at the missing persons poster that's posted everywhere and that I've looked at. So anyway, this is Max. Max is the main protagonist, kind of, generic looking, not, doesn't have massive boobs, not hypersexualized in any way, shape, or form, and to be completely honest, she's fairly unremarkable. Like, her personality is average. Her everything is average. I couldn't consider her anything except average. She is the every person. I would say almost everyone could relate with her in some way, shape, or form. She is not the leader of a club. She's not super popular. She's not a beauty queen. She's not a tech queen. She's not even at the top of her photography class.
I better read Warren's text before he blows my phone up.
And apparently it's going to force me to read the text. All right. So texting in this game, you don't do anything. You just watch things scroll, and they really don't have much point. It's it's just a plot point at this point. He's basically saying, "Hey, give me my flash drive."
Okay, I better get to my dorm.
Not a big deal.
Flash drive.
Not a big deal. There is a weird bug that if you're actually walking, when you go in the menu and you come out, you'll continue walking. I'm not touching anything. It's got auto walk going, but what this game has and what she has that makes her special. So let's talk to Brooke.
Hi,
and
Brooke.
we're going to go through this conversation.
You want to fly my drone?
And we're going to choose I'd love to. In this particular case, it really doesn't matter which one you pick. You get pretty much the same response.
Do you know what a drone really is?
Like, she
weapon,
basically
right?
says you're
you
stupid
read too many conspiracy
and
sites. This might be too complicated for you.
Move along.
Funny. Warren said you were smart. Please, step back.
See, bitch called me stupid. And I can speak to her again, and she'll just say,
I have to focus on making sure this
go
drone
away.
doesn't crash.
But here's the main mechanic of the game. If you hold right click or if you hold press control, you can rewind time. You can speed up the rewind by holding shift. And there we go. If you hit control, it'll actually go, if you saw that little dot that was up there, holding control will just automatically go to that. So at this point, we are back in time. If I talk to her again, maybe be closer.
Hi, Brooke.
It's as if nothing occurred. So I can go through the, is this legal?
Yours? Is that even legal?
And of course, you can't skip it when you're going through it the first time, but the second time you go through it, you can skip the conversation.
You read too many
and there we go. So now we're back where we started, pretty much. Well, I guess not really where we started, but yeah. She apparently paints her legs red. No, those are stockings. Anyway, so if I press Control, my hands are free now, and we just went right back to that point. So at this point, I can search her bag.
What a complicated name for such a tiny drone.
And now we've got some information that we can use. And there's the little speech bubble thing. So
Hi,
now we
Brooke.
can speak to her.
Let me guess.
Fast forward that, and now we've got another option. That's a high-fly drone.
That looks like a high-fly drone.
And we can
Model
pretend that we're
E400
actually
EVO.
smart.
Now that's a nice piece
and
of
know
tech.
what we're doing.
You're full of surprises. Why would you know that?
I love aerial photography.
And at this
Drones
point,
are perfect for that.
you
especially
can
those with
kind of
great
see
range. It's a new era
one
of
of
images.
probably
Most
the
impressive,
biggest
Max.
problem I have
Warren
with this
said you were
game. The
multifaceted.
biggest problem I've seen with this
Here.
game.
Give the drone a whirl around campus.
It really does lose something with the lip syncing. There's not. It looks like at some points there was a very, very poor attempt at lip syncing. At other times, they're just opening and closing their mouths. There's really nothing to it, and this is gonna fly around for a while until I hit space. I hit escape because apparently that's what my brain thinks that I should do, even though I know escape is the thing to do. But yeah, their lip syncing just isn't there. Can I
bet
talk to her
David
again?
Madsen would love to spy on us with this kind of drone.
See, it's just...
Here. Give the drone a whirl around campus.
At first, I thought that the lip syncing was done for like a different language. But then you get to other scenes where it is quite literally they're just opening and closing their mouths. There's really nothing else to it. I can sit at the fountain and she'll ponder. There's a lot of things you can do. It's obviously very, very story-based. And she's just gonna think to herself until we get up. One of the things that I really love, and I find that this adds a lot of realism to it, is if you look at these people, you have an overweight woman. You have a squirrel. You have a girl that looks like she's going to be part of the popular clique, and a girl that doesn't. And this is kind of weird that they're talking to each other. There's the drone. Why are you spying on me? Stop spying on me. You've got this girl who's just kind of chilling. She actually almost looks dead. There we go. This guy here who is clearly a photo nerd. Like, he's just all about his photography. Look at him. Look at him. We could talk to him. I'm not going to. You've got, your skater guys over there. You've got this guy here who is slightly overweight guy. He's like the only overweight guy. There's another overweight chick that you see right at the beginning when you first exit the classroom, like basically 2 scenes before this. You walk out, and I know I'm talking a lot about overweight people, but this is something that you don't, in my opinion, you don't see a lot. When you first walked out of the classroom, you are presented with her, and then the camera moves, and there's another overweight girl that comes this way, and the camera attaches to her and follows. It's like they're presenting it, hey, look, we have diversity here. Like, Brooke looks to be Asian. You've got black, white, ultra pale. In this particular instance, I think that there's 2 copies. There's 2 clones. This girl here. Yeah. This is actually the first time I've really noticed that she was... Because she's just kind of sitting there.
What is going on today?
She is just... she's the only clone. And, we could honestly say they're just twins. But, for the most part, everybody is an individual. Everybody has their own name. Everybody has their own attitude. They're different people. This is what you would expect to see a school like, only there'd be more of them. But I find that it doesn't need more. They are what they are. And it works out. And this is a very weird looking poster. It makes the place feel believable. Like, there's even a group of people over there that you can't get to. Like, if I tried to go down there, she'd be like, I don't want to go there. But But yeah, it's really quite impressive, the diversity that they've put in here with just a few people. And the models aren't, super stellar, super high res or anything, but honestly, you get some pretty good frame rates out of it. Like, I get a pretty solid 60 frames per second on my mediocre machine on high. I'm really impressed with it. Like, the diversity is good. The voice acting is amazing.
I need to go to my room and return Warren's flash drive.
Yeah, we need to go to the room. So, these guys are playing. Here's another, slightly overweight chick with purple hair. And they all have names. And this is actually a good point to be, because we get to meet the bitches. So I need to go in there, and these are the cool kids. And you can tell by their body motions and whatnot that they really do look like cool kids. The cool clique, the bitches that everybody hated. Yeah, that's them. And obviously Victoria is the leader, because why not?
If I told Warren what's going on,
so
would he laugh?
Oh, look.
we get to speak
it's
with
Max
her and get made
Caulfield,
fun of. I'll
the
just
selfie
shut
hoe
up
of Blackwell.
here.
What a lame gimmick. Even Mark, Mr. Jefferson, falls for your waif hipster bullshit. The Daguerrean process, sir. You could barely even say that. I guess you got your meds filled. Since you know all the answers, I guess you have to find another way into the dorm. We ain't moving.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold that pose. So original. Don't worry, Max. I'll put a vintage filter on it right before I post it all over social medias. Now, why don't you go fuck your selfie?
Oh yes, Victoria. I'll get your bony ass out of my way.
Yeah. So, she is a bitch. She definitely is a bitch. She's played as a bitch. And I feel that she could be even better. Like, all of them could be better if the animations were just a little bit better. Like, right now, they just kind of look like mannequins moving. They don't really have any facial expressions. They're just kind of dead. But there's a sprinkler.
Okay, now where exactly is the sprinkler valve?
What could I possibly do with a sprinkler? Oh, there's a bucket. Let's do something here. Can we?
I don't want to mess with that ladder and hurt poor Samuel.
Oh,
I just
can't,
want to get Victoria the hell out of
I
the way.
apparently can't do anything with the bucket yet. Oh, and there is this chick here, who is kind of a acquaintance, and I'm trying to get close to her. Doesn't she look like she's been crying? She looks really sad. And that's because she is. She gets bullied all the time. And that's actually like the first scene you see her getting bullied. Ah, there we go. We needed that. No, we gotta go back. There we go. And when you go back too much, she gets this headache. There we go. Bucket. Tamper. Subtle. Very, very subtle.
Okay, let's see if this works.
So, Samuel totally didn't see me just standing there and loosening up the bucket. Let's use this.
What the hell? Are you kidding? Look at this.
Chill, Victoria. It's just water.
This is the
Yeah,
best scene
water on my
in the entire
cashmere.
game.
Do you know how much this fucking outfit costs?
You look great.
I can't even chill on the steps. No way! No fucking way, Victoria!
Oh, Samuel, sorry. Wet paint is not good for hair, nope. Sorry.
Get the hell away from me, weirdo!
Hold on. We'll get some towels. We'll be right back.
So move your ass before I drive.
It worked.
Don't mess with Max, bitches.
And that is the first time I believe she calls her a bitch. So, now, we can't get past her still. She's still in the fucking way. So let's speak to her.
Hey, Victoria.
What do you want, Max?
And at this point, we can make fun of her or comfort her. I'm actually going to make fun of her.
Don't. Don't say a word, Max.
Oh, wait. Hold that pose. And no filter needed before I post this. Now please move. I've had a messed up day and I'm going to my room.
You do that? I know where you live. So does Nathan.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I shouldn't
The
have
last
done
time
that.
I was actually nice to her.
Now I have to get to my room, then see Warren.
So at this point, I could, you know, backpedal in time, and I could choose to be nice to her, or I can just, you know, carry on into the girls' dorm. So this brings the kind of issue with the whole time travel thing. So I did this. I know what the outcome is. So let's go back and we'll be able to see the outcome of if I'm nice to her.
Hey.
So let's comfort her.
I am sorry. That's an awesome cashmere coat.
And now we're nice to her. So it's like
It was.
you can pick and choose.
But there'll be
and
another.
if it's anything like Telltale
Well,
games,
you always seem to know how to pick
the
right
consequences
I
for
do have some
90% of the actions
Mr. Jefferson told me.
outfit. I've seen
don't
the
actually
pictures.
change
You have a
anything.
great eye. Richard Avedon-esque.
There's only a few here and there that actually
He's
change
one of my
anything.
heroes.
And I do
Thanks,
feel
Max.
that this particular mechanic
I hope those sluts get me a towel
is
before
actually
they hang a
going
sign on
to kind of hinder replay value. It may not. I might be completely wrong on
her. You
that.
deserve a better shot.
But you can see
Sorry about
every outcome of
blocking you
every
and-
decision
And the
at
go
every
fuck yourself
time,
tea.
anywhere,
That was mean.
ever.
But pretty funny.
And that's just...
One of those days, you know?
I know exactly what you mean, Victoria. I'll see you
I
later.
don't even know what to call it.
Au revoir.
It just kills... in my opinion, it'll kill replay value. It's not really the best
Victoria
thing in
probably
the world.
played me.
And every time you make a decision that has a consequence to it, she'll do something that basically says, maybe I should reverse time and, you know, change it. Hello.
Victoria is going to be pissed we
Yeah.
took so long.
So every one of these has a statement on it. That's great. It's absolutely great. It's a board. Showers are open, apparently. So welcome to a girl's dorm. It's pretty nasty. We'll bang for Jesus. Let's draw on this. She just erased it with her hand. Seriously? You changed "Will Bang for Jesus" to "Peace." Like, seriously. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go into our room. It's a really interesting game. Like, bottom line, it's got a beautiful story, beautiful voice acting.
Home sweet home.
So many
My
things you can
favorite
interact with, most of which are quite pointless, but it's nice that they highlight them in the way they highlight them. Like, technical-wise, it's fairly easy for these particular things to go behind Max. So it's hard to see what you're interacting with. There's nothing, well, I guess that there. So at this point, I am holding down the mouse button, but I don't know. Like, you can kind of see my mouse there by her neck. But I don't know what I'm going to select because I don't know what the options are. That's a very minor issue because in most cases you can just move and, you know, select it properly. Or if you were looking at it before, you know, at this point, I know down is play. So she'll pick it up and she'll play it. And there's a lot of things like this where she'll just, you know, continue going until you choose to get up. I don't know anything about this song, so let's just go. So yeah, all in all, really great game, really great diversity, amazing story. It's really got me hooked. The story, well, if you've seen any of the trailers, it revolves around Max. Like, let's grab our sticky note here.
Looks like Dana left me a little post-it note.
And
Great. Now I have to go get the
another
flash drive
girl
from Dana's room.
who we have not come across yet. Well, we have. Right at the beginning, you save her life, although you don't actually meet her. I'm not going to talk too much about her. There's the wall of the wall of Max. But you meet her, you run into her, things happen, and
You
well,
can't get out now, Dana. So tell me the truth or rot in there.
in this episode, you don't really do much else.
Welcome
you just
to
kind of
the real
hang out with
drama
her
queens
for a
of
bit.
Blackwell.
It's very, I'm gonna say it's fairly slow paced. There's not a lot of action. There's been absolutely, what? No QTEs. You know, Telltale Games are huge on
Juliet,
QTEs.
Is everything cool?
Oh yes,
Just
Max. I've locked Dana
absolutely
in the
huge
room
on the
because we're
QTEs
cool.
in their action sequences. This has no real action sequences. There are timed sequences.
She's your friend.
Friends don't sex with their best friend's boyfriend.
No,
But there's a
probably
lot
not.
of real to it.
How did you
They've
find
done a
out?
lot of real
Why do you
world
care?
problems.
Why
you know,
are you even asking
for
me?
in this
You
case,
never talk.
sexting.
Just
Like
zone
this
out with
this
your
is
camera.
shit that you
That's
would
why
see
I'm talking to you now.
presumably
What's my last
in a
name?
modern school. You know, this would be an issue.
Juliet. Juliet Olsen.
That was truly sad. Thanks
You
for your
can,
concern, Max Caulfield. By the
You're
way,
basically
Juliet
using this
Watson.
power that every student has ever wanted. Like, haven't you, when you were in school, ever said something that you wish you
Hey,
could take
Juliet.
back?
Is everything cool?
Oh yes, Max. I've locked.
And at this point, we know her
Juliet
name because she
Watson,
told
you be
us.
nice.
But she doesn't know
flattered.
that she told
I
us.
didn't even think you knew my name at all.
You know, it's kind of
of course
cheating
I
in the
do.
real world.
Thanks.
But
I
this
left
is a
Dana
power
in
that
because she
everyone
was
would
sexting
want.
Zach, my
At least I
boyfriend.
would.
Unbelievable.
I have. There have been so many times in school that I was just like, "Yo,
How do you know?
I wish
Victoria Chase.
that I
You
could
know her.
totally turn
You
back
could say
time
that.
and change what I just
But
did."
why would Dana go
And
after
she
your
can,
boyfriend?
and she'll
According
use
to
it
Victoria, Dana
on a
would do
whim.
anything
There's
to
no
date the
limit
quarterback.
to her ability
According
to
to
roll back
Victoria.
time. It seems.
Huh.
I do
She
kind of
saw the
wish there
sext.
was.
And Zachary won't answer his phone.
I
Once
really
Dana
do.
admits it, she can go. Straight
But
to hell.
I think that's about all I've got for this. Let's do a quick little thing going into Victoria's room. And at this point, I know exactly where I'm going with this, so we're just gonna quickly...
I'll give Victoria props
Take-
for not posting my photo. And for this nice shot. Boom. This is the email
And
I need
there
to
we
show
go.
Juliet. Now I have to print this fast and get the hell out of here.
So we found our evidence. We're gonna print the email. It's a little weird that the printer is on the other side of the room. But, you know, whatever.
This better convince
guessing it's a
Juliet that
wireless
Dana is
printer.
innocent.
And leave. There's a lot of other things that you can interact with that do have consequences later on down the road. Obviously, in the other episodes. And
Juliet,
give her
read
the
this.
email. I don't know how she managed to lock her in the
course.
room. Generally, they lock from the inside. Not
I'm
the
an
outside,
asshole.
but sure.
I'm sorry, Dana.
You are. And I hope so. You really think I'd mess around with Zachary?
No, but I get
Girl
stupid
problems.
jealous. I owe you dinner. Still love me?
And you do my laundry.
Thanks, Max. You're like the Blackwell Ninja. Now let's see what Zach has to say about Victoria.
You set me free. Thank you. Warren's flash drive is on my desk.
Oh, so many things. So
Almost done.
many things.
Get the flash drive and then
Pregnancy
I'll go see Warren.
test. So, you can do things with the pregnancy test. You can talk to her. You know, taking the pregnancy test pisses her off. We're going to take the flash drive.
My precious, so Max never has to chase it down again.
And, of course, there's a lot of crazy movie references. They have a lot of movie references in here. It's just very pop culture-y. They just throw a lot of cool little things in here. It's modern. Yeah. It's modern. Let's go with that. Yeah, nice little school things. Anyway, at this point, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hop out and I'm going to go into the options screen. So let's check out what kind of settings this guy has. So we've got video, audio, and controls. Let's go with the controls because controls are probably the easiest one to get through. So it does have controller support. I've not tried it with the controller. I'm assuming that it functions just fine with the controller, but I just wanted to play with mouse and keyboard. One thing I highly recommend, unless you have the mouse sensitivity on your mouse way down for some crazy reason, you want to bump the sensitivity down. Like I've got it down at the 1.5 bars here, and I feel that I want to bump it down a little bit more because it's still a little much when turning the camera. And you can edit your key bindings. Key bindings, there's actually quite a few of them for this type of game. Like, you know, skips cutscenes, the pause menu, open the journal. You know, you can play with the right-hand side of your keyboard or the left-hand side of your keyboard if you so desire, which I think works out great if you're right or left-handed. Now, I'm sure if you're left-handed, you're probably used to doing the rebinding yourself. I think I've heard a lot of left-handers use like IJKL. I think that's what they use. Now, I think that really comes down to personal preference also. I'm right-handed, so I don't really know. But, you know, you got quick rewind, which is control and right control. Reset camera, middle mouse button, or the question mark. Interact can be left mouse button or C. So you can pretty much do everything with the keyboard. You don't even need the mouse, except the whole, you know, turning and looking. And, well, actually, no, interacting could probably do it. I'm not sure. But either way, it's pretty cool. It doesn't look like you can rebind the controller keys, but it could be because it doesn't have controllers set up. Like it knows I'm not using it, so it's only showing me, you know, the keyboard keys. I don't know. Again, haven't tried the controller. Audio settings. Separate audio sliders for everything. Master volume slider, subtitles. You got a music volume slider, which of course I've cranked down to half. Voices and sound effects. All nice and separate, which is a delight. More games need to do that. And video settings. So you've got here, which is your basic. You can do the brightness and screen size. I recommend not screwing around with the screen size. It really... Well, I guess if you're not able to get a decent frame rate, it's okay. But if you are, don't mess with it, because the way it is, see how it's bobbing and it zooms out? It makes it nearly impossible to get it all the way back up to 100 using the mouse. I had to use the keyboard to get it back up to 100, which was annoying as hell. And then you got advanced video. So detail mode, which is basically the overall custom or pre-configured settings. You know, you've got high, medium, and low. And as you can see, it changes all the different things to high, medium, and low. Yep. The only thing it doesn't adjust are these first three. So first four, I guess. Screen resolution, full screen, vertical sync, and the MSAA. MSAA can go up to 16 XQ CSAA. So it's got a lot of options for your MSAA. The FXAA is just FXAA. I'm assuming this is like 4 and this is 8, or possibly that's 8 and that's 16. I don't really know. Some people might think that the FXAA makes it look a bit blurrier, which is entirely possible. I played it for a bit with it off, and I didn't really notice much difference, but I think it's because of the slightly cartoony style and possibly the effects that are on here. But, you know, you got your level of detail, you got your texture quality, effects quality, shadow quality. It's all there. You can adjust it all very, very nicely. It's going to ask me if I want to abort, and yes, I do. So, all in all, it's got some good settings, great story, horrible animations, horrible lip syncing, good gameplay, a lot of interactivity. It is a very solid game, and it's only $5 for the first episode. I do not regret my purchase at all. I was kind of leery on it at first. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little leery about getting it, which is why I only picked up the first episode. But at this point, I am definitely going to be picking up the rest of them, because I am now kind of enthralled in the story. I'm actually really, really interested in what is going to occur. And I know I haven't shown anything to get you guys engaged in that. I've shown you just piddly-ass trivial shit. But take my word for it, it's pretty good. It's not great. I'm not going to say it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. But it's pretty good. Anyway, enough of me babbling. Go check it out. Link will be in the description as always. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.